Part 3, Reason and Explain. This next step is the hardest part of the process, but you'll see that once you master it, it's all great. Even the grumpy baby will be slightly less grumpy once we're all done. Now, remember our old buddy the drawing? Well, here it is again, just in case. We've already determined that the question was, what is the height of the sail? That means that the unknown value, our h value, is the height of the sail. Here's where the drawing comes in real handy. The hardest part of solving word problems is getting the word problem to look like a regular math problem. Remember from our lesson video at the intro? But thanks to our drawing, it's a lot easier to see what we need. If we look at this picture of the sail, we can see we have a right triangle. And since we know two of the side lengths of the right triangle, my mind goes right to the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. We know the first leg, A, and the hypotenuse, C, but we don't know the second leg, B, or in this case for our drawing, H. Sounds like a variable, right? So we can use what we know from the drawing and the Pythagorean theorem to make our equation. If we start with that drawing and the Pythagorean theorem, we can plug in what we know, and that starts off with a squared, which is 10 squared, plus b squared, or in this case h squared, equals c squared, 20 squared. Now, assuming your algebra skills are strong, it's all a simple matter of isolating the variable from here on out. So in other words, we need to get h by itself. Now, take a moment to compare your work with ours. You can see I squared both of the exponent terms to be 100 and 400 respectively. Then I subtract the 100 to get all the constants to the other side of the equal sign. Then finally, I take the square root of both sides and I end up with my answer, h equals the square root of 300, which is approximately 17.32. Now, it's very important that you be able to defend your work. That's why we call this step in the address model Reason and Explain. You need to show your work, but also you need to be able to justify the work that you're doing. If you can't, then there's no guarantee that what you're doing was right. Lots of students make mistakes that they could catch if they only took the time to explain their reasoning to themselves. Don't be tempted to skip this step. But the good news is you've made it through the hardest part of the address model. Congratulations, you're ready to continue on to the check for your understanding section.